it sort of seems a little funny that I ask you this, that, considering you've already just a few days back written a whole article as to what all is wrong in Sri Lankan cricket. So I really won't, get into the exact details from it. But what I want to know from you is that what are the immediate steps that can be taken to, course correct some of the things? I know that the mess that has been there has come about through probably the last decade. So, expecting any kind of change to reap results straight away is going to be difficult. But what are the few immediate things that you think should happen in Sri Lankan cricket right now, which can, lay a foundation for a turnaround in the scheme of things?
Yeah, I mean, the immediate steps aren't going to yield immediate results. I mean, the biggest things that you could do are essentially reform the domestic cricket system, which I don't see happening under this administration in that effective a fashion. They could surprise me, but past history kind of suggests that it won't happen. Is to kind of condense the number of first-class teams to. There was an idea to do a provincial tournament, which would be great if they can really take cricket to the provinces and have kind of grassroots support and involvement at the provincial level. That would be amazing. Essentially, to have a first-class competition and a List A and T20 competition where you have 6 teams, maximum 7, 8 teams, ideally 6 though, ideally 5 or 6, where the best talent in the country is concentrated, and these are long, kind of months-long competitions where they play several matches against each other. It's not just kind of an eyewash, 3-week competition as we've had, where players really are toughened up. And the results of that you won't see for 5, 6 years, just like it's taken, since we were only talking about 2014, where Sri Lanka were really still a very high performing cricket side in all formats. It's taken this long for the rot in domestic cricket to show itself at the top level, where it's been kind of a gradual degradation over 7 years. It's going to take a similar amount of time to build it back up again. So I don't think that immediate steps are going to yield immediate results. That's the main thing I think that needs to happen, to condense not just the best playing talent, but the best coaching talent. Get players, bridging this gap, this huge gap that's there now between domestic cricket and international cricket, which has grown wider every year over the last 15 years, I'd say. So that's one. Also relaying pitches so that it's more like what you get at the international level, not pitches that are incredibly spin friendly and turn from ball one, but something that offers something to quicks, that give batsmen experience against playing against top quality bowling. Those kinds of things would need to happen as well. Beyond that, I think if you're looking at the current team and what's happening in the very, very short term, there's a little bit of there's always a big rift between the administrators and Sri Lankan cricketers in this country. There has been for a long time. Mahela and Kumar used to have their big battles with various administrators. That's not something new, but I think it's especially a low ebb now. And I think because of what happened with the recent contract standoff, there's been a breakdown in relationships between the coach and some players. Senior players are considering retirement, are sending letters, are being acting like they've been kind of discriminated against. I think there just needs to be a little bit of healing, a little bit of kind of getting together and putting those relationships right again, and kind of making certain players feel like they're valued. I don't necessarily disagree that certain senior players, the team. It's fair enough if the strategy of the team is to look past certain senior players, but at the same time, you shouldn't do that in a way that kind of enrages or kind of belittles them, which I think some of the actions from the board have done. So I think, it's I don't necessarily see the board getting too involved. I'm not sure that they're capable of acting with diplomacy or tact, but maybe the coaches can reach out to these players and try and kind of bring them back into the fold, because I think especially in the test arena, players like Matthews and Karunaratne are kind of important to that team. So I guess we will see what happens. There's a lot. There's a lot of kind of, there are a lot of moving parts with this team. You know, you've also got 3 players who are out possibly for months because of suspension, because they went out and broke that bio bubble in Durham. We have Kusal Pereira, who, you know, came into the captaincy only in kind of March, April, and was removed very quickly and very unfairly, in my view. So all of these, you know, there's a lot going on there, and there's a lot of uncertainty.